Welcome to the second edition of Jah Damion Talk Real Talk African Parables. Today we'll be delving into the Congolese proverbs we were in. The last time we had not finished deciphering all the proverbs from the Congo, so we'll be going into these proverbs once more. We'll be picking up where we left off. This one states that the art of negotiation is acquired from childhood. It is said the ways of a child can be seen from they are young, because children are very articulate, they're very outspoken. So the art of negotiation, the art of socialization are known from babies, from in the stage of infancy, and this is a fact shown by child psychologists and people who work closely with children. Another Congolese proverb says, the throne on which the chief is seated does not shake. It says it speaks about the foundation of an empire or kingdom. If a king is seated in an empire, in a kingdom that is not firm, it's going to topple. So the fact to know that the king is seated on a throne that is firm, it represents that his kingdom, his land, his sovereignty is intact. Another Congolese proverbs. Those who are absent are always wrong. Now, excuse me, in class, right? Or in situations, a person who is not there to have seen the practical done or what exactly is happening, they always come and make the wrong judgment unless they have prior knowledge of what is happening before. A person who is absent-minded though in a room and present, because of their absence of mind and absence of sense, they did not recognize or cognize what was happening. So they are wrong. They're not intact with what, they're not in tune with what's happening. Another Congolese proverbs. When the leg does not walk, the stomach does not eat. No, this is talking about unity again, working together. It does not only mean that the legs carry the body to the food. Because what if you're a king and you don't But if you're a king and you don't need to walk for your food, you get served. You get servants, right? But basically, if you're not a king and you're an average person, you're going to have to move around to get your meal. You're going to have to do something for yourself. So if you don't, and this is a Mongo proverb from the Congo. There is no cock without a comb. Now, this, you can look at it talking about manhood. Right? There is no man without a male genitalia, right? Basically, there's no man without his manhood, right? It's not, because not every, and there's a man is a man because of how he is created. So if you're a man and you do not have the tools of a man, then you're something else. Congolese proverbs. The teeth are smiling, but is the heart. And this speaks of people's ability to hide their true feelings, to put on a show, or to have a face guard. In other words, not showing their true emotions, not showing their true intent by smiling. Here in the Caribbean, we'd call it a plastic smile. In America, they would call it the game face or the business face. A needle can overcome a chief. Now, as we know, in Africa, a needle is seen as a tool that can be used to cause confusion, because a needle represents confusion or pitting people against each other or bringing a mix-up, upstir. Bringing things so close that they cannot function, dysfunction, in other words. So a needle represents pitting people against each other. Needle represents chaos that can overcome a chief, which is a king. Congolese Proverbs again. You do not teach the paths of the forest to an old gorilla. The Bible would say the young cannot teach the old wisdom. A person who has the experience that you don't have, you cannot teach them. Because although you have it in theory, in practical, in theory, in your mind, you say, no, you have it in theory, sorry. Though you have it in theory, and you may have had prior practical experiences, a person who has had 1,000 experience in comparison to a person who has a billion experience in the same area, it is hard for that person to correct them because that old person, the person with the experience, already knows the path. So you do not teach the path of the forest to a gorilla. Sleep is the cousin of death. Because when in sleep, you're unaware, ignorant of whatever is happening, unaware, unconscious of what is happening. A person could come in, eat your food, take your money, pillage, ransack, do all the negative things that they could do while you're asleep. But you would rise up after. So it is not death itself, but it is the cousin of death. So sleep is the cousin of death. In Jamaica, we would say, we take sleep and mark death. That's another Proverbs right there. An abundance of food at your neighbor's house will not satisfy your hunger. No. An abundance of food at your neighbor's house and you go there and you're hungry, and he even gives you a big plate of food and you're full your belly. While leaving, even if you leave with your belly full, you are still thinking about the food in your neighbor's house because you have none in yours. So herein lies the solution, is to get your own house in order. Make sure there's food in your house. Make sure there's money in your pocket. Make sure that you are intact. So the abundance of jewelry on your friend's neck, is the amount of cars, is ladies, whatever he has, will not satisfy you because you need your own. Another Congolese Proverbs. Man is like palm wine, when young, sweet, but without strength. In old age, strong, but harsh. Yes, when young we're valiant and vigilant and look ready, formidable. But when old, we have the strength of the experience and the energy, the resistance of all the things that we have gone through and survived. But we're more abrupt, we're more sharper, we're more get to the point right now. In Tumba proverb, a rooster does not sing on two roofs. The rooster always crows at the same roofs, crows in the same roofs in the same yard all the time. But this has more than one definition. It also is talking about a person, a man who has 2 yards or 2 wives, something like that. It's not easy. So it speaks of oneness and being dedicated to one thing. That was an entomb of Congo Proverbs. Another proverb again. It says, the impotent man does not eat spicy foods. Now, this is more than a proverb. Spicy foods will cause his organs, his nerve system, his body to overwork, probably causing blockage for him, as he's already impotent. So the spicy, no. The man who is impotent is not eating spicy foods. Look at it this way. Spicy foods cut mucus. So a man who is impotent is actually avoiding spicy foods, because mucus will cut away once you are taking in pepper and certain spices, pimento, these berries, these spices, they're medicinal things. They're not just thyme, scallion, garlic. All of these things are very high spices. So the man who is impotent is not eating spicy foods. The man who is impotent, who has an impotent problem, should start eating once a day. He gets a tomato, some 2 onions, head of garlic, some scallion, some thyme, some pimento berries, some pepper, and he's gonna make something natural, and he's gonna eat it and allow that to run through his body. So eating these spicy foods allows your body to cleanse itself through spicy foods. Congolese proverb that was. Again, another Congolese proverbs. Lovers don't hide their nakedness. So if you're ever somewhere with someone you love, and it has to be in privacy though. Nakedness is not necessarily physical nakedness, but affairs of the heart, intimate matters, fears, doubts, goals, ideas. So true lovers don't hide their nakedness. They expose their most vulnerable parts to be seen. So communication can be met on a higher level. Alright. This Congolese proverb says, the jealous man loses his flesh by looking at the fat bellies of others. So the jealous man is not only jealous, he's also lazy. So the jealous man, if he is jealous is an ill-thoughted person, ill-minded, we'd say bad mind in Jamaica. If you envy a person for their thickness, their fat, or their lean body, whatever they have, envying them is going to cause you to lose whatever they have that you will desire for yourself or you desire. So envy not, judge not. Do your best not to be jealous of others. And with this proverb, we're going to be ending this session of the Proverbs. We're doing Congolese Proverbs. Today's final proverb is, wisdom is like fire. People take it from others. So I can leave this proverb, this parable for you, my viewers, to translate it. Wisdom is like fire. People take it from others, and decipher it, leave it, break it down, translate it, and leave it in the comment section. What does this one mean to you? I could break it down, but I promise you that on the beginning of the third session, I will start from this one and give the deciphering of this one. I love you, my brother, my sister, wherever you are in the world. One love, one truth, one life. We're all one human family. Let us all obey the rules of nature, the rules of life, and be loving people. One love from us here in Jamaica. Bless up from Jah Damion.